Hey guys, what's up? Give me a second, please, to uh, punch the subject. Hi Mehul, how are you? Just going to pin this comment. Hey guys, what's up? It's been 2 weeks since we had a chat. Diwali, and I've been busy with my personal life coaching sessions. How's everyone doing today? Give me one second, I'm just going to post this comment and then invite Neelam. Pin comment. Hi Vinny. Let's add Neelam. Oops. Can you guys see me, hear me? Okay, one second. Hey guys. Hi Vinny, Sangeeta, Mehul, Neelam. Hey, there you are.
Hello.
How are you, honey?
I'm good. I'm good.
You look like you have some beautiful sunlight
I'm
streaming.
sitting here, yeah, watching. Well, the sun's going to go down shortly, so
So lovely,
lovely.
so pretty. Okay,
Hi,
so
Winnie.
I'm doing good and I'm really excited to have you here. I'm going to do a quick introduction for you first. So,
Hmm.
for all our viewers, Neelam Bajwa is what she calls herself a warrior woman, and I can and of course through all her lovely journeys, personally, professionally, her challenges in life, her journey from London to Bombay, she's overcome all of them and she continues to do so, and she continues to inspire as she keeps overcoming them. And she's also an incredible cook. She's a very dear friend of mine. She's one of the craziest people I know in my life, and I love her very much, and I'm very happy to have her on my chat here.
Oh, that's amazing. Thanks so much for that, Anja.
I know,
If my
right?
dog barks, it's probably because there's somebody at the door.
That's fine. He can add the chat. A
He's just
warrior who
sitting
is a
there.
queen. Yes, she very much is. She's all our darling queens. So many people have been messaging me, oh, we know Neelam, oh, we know Neelam. You're doing a chat with Neelam. I'm like, how nice.
Ah.
Okay, sweetie. So
Yes.
as I always say, let's dive right in. And our
Hmm.
subject for today is obviously women and do we own our space? And I know that you and I have had many a conversations on this over the years, and you know how women have evolved and what women want in relationships, and you know what men want, and the gap between how women are today and what they used to be, and you know how the patriarchal system in our society is. But let's start from the earlier generations. What is the difference you feel between you know how our mothers have been, and
Mm.
how frankly even between you and me as a generation, and then the next
Yeah, then
generation,
there's
like,
another generation after us.
yeah, exactly. So the women of today, and
Yeah.
you know, what are their aspirations, hopes? Where are the challenges? Where are the gaps? What do you feel about this?
So I think with our parents' generation,
Yeah,
with our mothers, they were following literally what their parents did, their mothers taught them.
yeah.
And so they've never, it's that whole generation of they, I mean, I'm going to say this, I'm going to probably be a little controversial here, but
Huh?
our mothers probably most likely were virgins when they were married.
This is true.
And the man they marry is the man, is the only man in their life,
This is
regardless of what he's like. He could be a nice person, he could be a wife beater, he could be whatever, but
true.
they put up with it.
Yeah, not providing, abusing, um,
Yeah.
no respect, no
No,
whatever.
and our parents' generation, our mother's generation, mostly, not all of them. I mean, I won't say they were all like that, but
Yeah,
mostly, especially where I grew up in the UK,
yeah,
they towed the line. They didn't say anything. They didn't argue. They were just
yes,
submissive.
submissive. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think for my generation, now I got married back in the 90s when I was 19. And I don't, and I don't think I was too young anyway, but all my cousins were getting married. So it was like, and this is
yeah,
back in the UK where it was very much do what your
yeah,
mother did. And I kind of broke away from that. I thought, no, this is not for me. So
yeah.
I decided to get divorced, and it was the best thing I did for myself.
So
And I
I'm going
see
to
a lot
interrupt.
of,
I'm going to interrupt you because we're going to talk about your journey a little bit over here, if you don't mind, and feel free
Hmm.
to ignore what you don't want to. But how long were you married, and what were the reasons that you thought that the marriage didn't work out?
So I think first and foremost, I got married for the wrong reasons. I wanted
Right,
to be free, and I thought, oh, the only way we're going to do that is by getting married because we
right.
didn't have that kind of freedom when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And so I moved from Birmingham to London. And
Okay.
London, bright lights, big city. I was like awed by it. But the reason my marriage didn't work was because I was completely incompatible with my ex-husband. We didn't
Right,
have anything in common. It was the most stupidest thing I ever did.
right.
And I thought, how the hell do did women still get married to somebody they don't know?
Yeah,
And I think my parents were like, "Don't worry, love will come. Just
yeah,
get on with it." And I
yeah,
thought,
yeah.
no,
It's a
that
very
was not.
interesting thing you've said because I know this gets told to girls a lot,
Mm,
even in today's day and age, that let the love grow. You enter into something and it'll all fall into place. The chemistry will happen, the love will,
yeah,
the friendship will grow. Very often it doesn't, and
it
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 very
doesn't because if you're that young or you're still growing as a person,
yeah,
you have to learn to love yourself first,
yeah,
and that doesn't happen
yeah,
overnight. And
yeah.
even like you're choosing the partner you're going to marry, that relationship has to grow from a friendship. Love has to
Correct,
grow.
correct.
But still, if you don't love yourself enough, it won't work. It
Yeah.
just won't
And
work.
And also, I think as Indian girls, over the years, in our younger years, we never really taught this concept of love yourself. I think it's something that I have come to realize only in my late 30s, not even like, anything before
Mm,
that. This whole
mm,
concept of women loving themselves for what they are, accepting them, being your own self, don't need somebody to complete you. That whole
yeah,
story around marriage and
yeah,
women needing somebody to complete them. I don't think that this was a concept that even existed a few years ago.
yeah. I mean, even now, I think women of my generation, I'm in my late 40s,
Yeah,
they still are. I mean, at my age, I'm still working on myself. It's hard. It's like sometimes you think, just God, I wish I just had somebody in my life.
yeah,
But it's not important because even when you have had somebody in your life,
yeah,
they probably have, because you've gone into it for the wrong reasons, you've come out of that
yeah,
more damaged
yeah,
than you were when you got into it because you had
yeah,
this in your head that, oh, this is great, this is what I've always wanted. No,
yeah,
sometimes it's not what you've always wanted. It comes from
yeah.
desperation of being in a relationship. It's
Correct.
that desperate, I need somebody. All my friends are married, all my friends have somebody. Why
Yeah,
not? Why don't I?
yeah, yeah.
But we place too much importance on them. We forget what we're actually wanting ourselves.
Which is very admirable. Again, coming back to this whole thing of, like you said, you're in your late 40s and you're still working on yourself. For women to accept that, it's okay to not have someone and to be your own person, and for you especially for living your life on your terms,
Mm,
um, a journey from London to living in Bombay, building life from scratch. Your work here, your friend circle here, and the community that you've built for yourself. None of this is easy, and a lot of women
no,
take the route. And the easy route is usually that, let's get married and let's have someone look after us financially,
that's it. Absolutely.
especially financially, because it's
Mm,
not, uh, in today's day and age, and I'm sure even back then, to be financially independent, it takes a lot of guts to make that choice that, listen, I will rather stay single and be my person and live less luxurious, but I will live life on my terms. How many women really make that choice even in today's day and age? Is my question to
to
you.
be exactly, I don't. Really, I've been in Bombay now for 9 years, and I lived in India, frozen. Or you're frozen. I was saying moved to India 9 years ago, in 2011. Can you hear me? Connection problem. You froze. I didn't. What happened? I can't hear you. I don't know what's wrong. Oh,
Okay,
there.
sorry.
Oh, there you're back.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it.
So
Got it.
yes, I'm sorry. I've
Yeah.
lost my. What were we talking about? Um.
We were talking about making the choice to live independently,
Ah, yes, yes, yeah.
irrespective
So,
of
so I came
that you
to.
said.
Yeah, I came to
Yeah.
Bombay. Never lived in India in my life, and I went
Yeah.
to Goa. I'd never been to Goa. Didn't know anyone, and I did it because I was in my late 30s then when I did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, it's a big 40th birthday. I have to change my life. I
Yeah.
just got fed up of life. I was
Yeah.
thinking, there's got to be more to this. I can't
Yeah.
be. I was in that rat race of getting up early, going to work, coming home, always thinking, will I meet somebody? And I thought, nah, just get out of here. The plan
Right.
was to be in Goa for 6 months, and I ended up staying there a year. Then I
Right.
moved to Bombay. But it was hard because I didn't know many people.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know that old say, feel the fear and do it anyway. I think we
Right.
lack that as women because
Yeah.
we are brought up in this a safe environment
Correct.
mostly.
Correct. From our
And your molecule, yeah, your father, your mother,
yeah.
then your husband,
Yeah.
and so you go through that life. And
Yeah.
I feel blessed that I didn't actually go down that route. I knew that I never
Yeah.
wanted children because I don't want to bring children up in this world. Even back then, I didn't think it was a nice world, and today, definitely not. Um, but I come across so many women in my line of work that are either married unhappily, or
Yeah.
they've just gotten divorced, or they've been single for a while. And I always say, you're looking for they couldn't. Are there any nice men in here? Is there? Have you
Yeah.
met? Do you know anybody nice? Oh, I just want to get married. I just want to be with somebody. I've gone through that. The days
Yeah.
of when I'm sat here thinking, oh, why am I alone? You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you feel broken, but you're not broken. You know,
Yeah.
you've got to look at yourself, who you are as a woman, who you are as a
Yeah.
sexual being, because we don't put the focus that I think as Indians we put the focus we put on sex is
Yeah.
is almost taboo. I mean, now the generations now are different, but
Yeah.
I still come across people who are, you know, not don't know what they want sexually.
Correct. Correct.
You know,
Correct.
it's always about what is it going to make the man happy. Well, if you
Yeah.
don't know your G spot, how's the man going to know your G spot? And listen, if there are any
Correct.
men out there, women have more than one. Just putting that out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So, and it's
Yeah.
about communication. Talk to your
Yeah.
partners. Women are too afraid. They're like, "Am I doing it right? Are you doing what
Yeah.
right?" Jesus, you know,
Yeah.
making love or having sex, however you want to put it, is supposed to be discovering each other. What do you like? What don't you like?
Yeah.
But women are
People just
afraid of doing that. They're afraid.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go for it.
Either fear, and it's also to some extent it's just like, oh,
Lack of
a lot of
experience.
yeah, and it's also in the earlier generation, I think, okay, women were just really meant to work, procreate, bring up kids, procreate, bring up kids. And that's all women did. And I don't think that it was, their desires, their pleasures were of concern.
Yeah.
To her.
But
I think a lot of women, even in today's generation, have no clue.
exactly. That's the scary thing.
That's very scary.
The scary
And
thing, Angel, is in
yeah,
this day and age.
yeah,
Now we are women in our 40s.
yeah,
What shocks me is that women in their 20s and their 30s have never even had an orgasm. So how the hell are they going to hold a relationship or be in a relationship? Because at some point, you know how women are, we will talk amongst our friends and say, I
yeah,
don't even know what an orgasm is. I've never even had one. So if
yeah,
he's not doing it, then it switches. He's not
yeah,
doing it right.
Yeah.
or it's me, and then that will start creating
Yeah.
problems within the dynamic.
Do you think it's also somewhere because we don't expect it, and that, somewhere we're not conditioned to believe that, okay, fine, this is something that we also need to enjoy? Because our earlier generations, like I said, women are only conditioned that, okay, you have to make the man happy, you have to serve the man, and that's
Mm,
what you do in your places. So I don't think it crosses the mind of most women that they can actually also enjoy the process.
exactly.
I'm not talking about the millennials. I know they're very
Mm,
amazing that they're in space. And the same thing applies for everything. And I don't mean just sexually, right? I mean, even
yeah,
in career, even in terms of the person that you are, even in terms of discovering who you are, in terms of your spirituality, your own
yeah,
religion, your belief system is, what your value sets are, which can be so different from the person that you are.
exactly.
And
That's the
how,
thing.
yeah,
The thing is,
exactly, right.
even like when you're growing up, you're brought up in a certain way, in a certain
Yeah,
religion. Now, I'm
yeah,
brought up a Sikh.
yeah,
Now, I don't practice any religion, and it wasn't for me. So I
correct,
chose my own path, and I believe I follow more of a spiritual path. And
correct.
I believe that there's a source energy, that we are all energy, we're all eternal beings. So I broke away from that when I broke away from
Yeah,
that whole system.
yeah,
So a lot of women these days are still follow the same rituals that their mothers did, their grandmothers did, not completely understanding why, or they
exactly.
go the other way and they just don't practice
Completely.
anything. They just go through the traditions for because it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to try and look within yourself, and the only way you can do that is connecting with yourself, sit with
Correct,
yourself,
correct.
meditate, focus on your inner voice. When we too quickly ignore what our
Yeah,
gut instinct is saying or our inner voice is saying. But you're
yeah,
just programmed to like, oh, there's a man, he's single, he looks like he can look after me. Done. I know all the rituals. Once I'm married to him, I can perform everything. But you
yeah,
don't, because you're forgetting what you want and who you are.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
someone's daughter, then you're someone's husband. That old cliche. You're someone's mother, and then you're on your own again because everyone's gone. Your
yeah.
husband's
So,
probably, knocking off his secretary.
so what I want, Neelam, for you is to help us decode a little bit as to how, as women, we can really take a little bit control in our lives. And I'll tell you why, because obviously, I'm now practicing as a life coach, and I've also been someone who's done exactly how I pleased in my life
Yeah.
very early. No, I think in my, I went abroad to study at a time when no girl was
You're a
going, forget
prime example. Exactly.
abroad for education, forget girls. So, the ceiling roof, everything collapsed at home. And, then I opted to start a career. The career was obviously like a dance studio. Oh my God, you're going to run a dance studio, you're going to teach dance, you know,
Yeah.
the whole, like, so every step of the way, then, the whole arranged marriage thing. And I was like, oh, but I will not marry unless I don't meet the love of my life. And so it's
Yeah.
also the road less traveled, even for me, moving out, living alone, traveling alone. A lot of, and I really feel that, and nowhere in this am I undermining the importance of having a partner in your life and a companion. But
Mm.
I, for all the younger generation, for all the women out there who are feeling that there's something missing in their life because they're single and because they're alone, or because they don't have happy relationships, or because they're divorced, I just really, really want for you and me to really shout it out to them that there is so much in life to do, to accomplish, to learn, to be, to discover about
Absolutely.
yourself. It's just really, if a companion and a family in life is beautiful, but it's an addition to the person that you are.
Yeah.
And therefore, I want you also to share a few tips uh, to our younger generation. And I know there
Yeah.
are a lot of young kids also who are watching this, and I'm very happy that they've logged in. That I want you to tell them how is it that they can really stay on this path, stay committed to themselves. Let's focus a little bit more on that. Making your
Yeah.
own choice, staying strong.
I think what you have to do is go follow it through. Whatever you
Yeah,
plan, follow
yeah,
it through. Do not let people, family members, your friends say, "Oh, you can't do that." That's,
yeah,
what will you do? How will
yeah,
you survive? You
yeah,
will survive. I
yeah,
survived, and I was here on my own. with
Yeah.
nobody. Put to the side. I cried for 2 days thinking, what the hell have I done? It wasn't
Only two.
like I'm some, oh, I stayed in my hotel room and I cried. The
Wow.
night
That's
I landed, 2 nights, I was in tears thinking, what have I done? And the hotel owner had to come to my room to take me out, saying that the guys are concerned that you haven't
yeah.
left your room.
Yeah.
So it's scary. Jesus, I was scared shitless. But
Yeah.
don't let put anyone put you off. If you want to do something, you focus and you go for it.
Yeah.
Because focus on yourself, on what your dreams are, what your passions are.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I am still trying to figure out my life, and I haven't got there yet. But you will get there, and when you get there, the satisfaction and the love that you feel for yourself because you've accomplished it, you shine as
Yes.
a different person. Your energy
Yeah.
changes. You're not
Yes.
carrying that, oh, I need somebody to take care of me
Yeah.
anymore. You don't carry that on your shoulders because you've done it yourself.
There
You
is
then attract.
an incredible energy that I feel that some of us carry because we've made the choices that we've made, and a
Mm,
level of confidence. And I'm going to take this a step further because I also, there's another thing that I feel I must really touch upon is I think women define themselves by the way they look, by what they wear, by who
yeah.
they are. And and I think that confidence does not, and I think a lot of these women do this because it's a lack of self-esteem, and they
Mm.
feel confident when they look good, and that's great. Women, we're all
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Women has incredible qualities and everyone's beautiful, but that's not what defines you, and that's not where your self-confidence should come from. So that's also the other thing, right? Like there is a certain X factor and a confidence that I feel that we have and we carry, and
Yes.
that
It's
we'll be fine. Whatever happens
it,
in life, we'll be fine because we've lived through it all.
exactly. We've lived through it all. And try, dressing up. It's all great. Dress up if
Yeah,
that's your thing. Slap on the makeup, do whatever.
yeah,
But don't use
yeah.
that as a cover up for what's actually happening.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get that facade off. Don't worry. I still know women who go to bed with their husbands who they've been married to for God knows how many years. They are up before the husband.
I
They've
know
got
such.
their slap on. I'm like, are you
Yeah,
kidding me? That
yeah.
that that shows that you have no self-esteem and you have no confidence.
Yes,
You're
yes,
not doing anything for you. You're doing it for somebody else. Because
yes.
if you were doing it for yourself, God damn it, would you be getting up and putting on makeup at the crack of dawn? You'll be walking around barefaced,
Yeah,
with your eyebrows needing doing anything else. Don't try and be perfect because nobody is looking for
yeah,
perfection. That's
yeah,
another mistake women make. They doll up, they want to be perfect. They have the perfect house, they have the perfect car, they have the perfect job. Now they're looking for the perfect man. But what
yeah.
they're doing is they're attracting the wrong energies.
Correct.
But no one want nobody no you ask any man, does he
Yeah,
really want, a 6 foot tall blonde model, supermodel. Some
yeah.
people who have joined, like I know some,
I,
oh, but
I know
hell yeah.
comments are
And I'll
calling
just
out.
put it out there, Ali.
I, I
But
mean, it's just
generally, it
yes,
doesn't last very long. And someone like Ali will tell you, yeah, it was all right for 3 days, but then I realized she couldn't talk about anything beyond her nails or her
right.
shoes.
Yeah,
So it's not about being perfect. Have your
correct,
imperfections because it's your imperfections that,
correct.
you know, are endearing to the other person.
Yeah,
There he is. He's
yeah,
ha-haing. Exactly. Ali agrees.
yeah,
But, your imperfections make you cute. Your
yes,
button nose, your
yeah,
gap in your teeth. Don't go to the dentist and you want veneers because you don't have the perfect smile. Your
correct.
smile will be perfect for somebody who is worthy of you. Not your fancy shoes
Yeah, yeah,
and not
yeah.
your perfect manicure.
Think is something that women really today need to understand and need to really come to terms with, that it's their qualities, it's their inherent nature, it's their value system,
Exactly.
it's what they believe in, it's their level of intelligence, it's what they bring to the table as a person, which is far more important than the way you look and present yourself, because like they always say, beauty fades, and it will
Mm.
fade.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a
Everything
lot of
goes south.
yeah, exactly. Um, so also this, and I think that, like you mentioned, you attract the wrong energies.
Yes.
Now I know I are both, and again we've had several conversations on this, that you're a deeply spiritual person, and that attracting energies, and I think we should maybe even have an independent chat on this all together, that what we really need
I
to
think
do
we
to attract,
should, yeah.
right? Because fine. And it's true that it's true, because I feel that people who have repeat patterns in their lives and attract all the wrong kinds of people, there's a reason why they do that, because they have
Yeah.
patterns that they break. Um, and I think we should do an independent chat entirely on that, maybe next week or something. And I think that
Yeah.
would be very, how do you attract the right person in your life?
Yeah.
Said that, I'm also in the meanwhile going to ask our viewers that if there are any questions for you, they can put that in right now, and we will take that up as we continue to chat on this,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the chat's down to 25-30 minutes to keep it less boring so everyone can have fun.
Yeah.
Meera, really nice to see you as well. Ali, all our friends, Dia, Nanu, it's really nice to have everyone on the chat. If you have an opinion, if you have yes, Akansha, that's what we're going to do actually. I think we're going to do a session on working on energies. I always do this, I always chat on, and then I'm like, I've got the next session planned, because now I have an idea on what to do on the next session. Let's do that on Saturday. Neelam, if you're free.
Yeah, we can do for sure.
Announce it right now. So Saturday, 5 p.m., this is what we're going to do.
Saturday, 5 p.m. Remember, I have work.
Oh, yes. So how do we do this?
Okay.
Earlier? Or then you
Yeah, I
want to do it?
mean,
Let's do it next Tuesday.
yeah, we could do a regular slot Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so next
I
Tuesday,
am the Queen, Jay.
yeah, lots of fans of Neelam, me too. So let's do one session on attracting, basically the right energies in life. But please, are we doing this only for women? Or are we doing it for the men as well?
We'll
Or are
have
we
to
doing it?
do a session for the men, because
We have to do
a
one for the
lot
men.
of guys, that I come across, and they do chat up the ladies, but then they come back to me and they're like, yeah, nice to look at,
Yeah,
but nice
yeah,
to hold. But when they open their mouth, there's
yeah,
the lights
yeah.
are on and no one's home kind of situation.
So let's do this, Neelam. Let's do the one on Tuesday with the men. The women are always having all the priorities where such subjects. There's some. So let's do this with the men. Let's do a session with what women want, how to attract the right women. Everything from chivalry to energies to everything. What is that? What do you feel about that? Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys,
There's a lot of.
have any?
I mean, I think what we could do is do a chat on, for men,
Okay.
how to spot the signs of a gold digger, because I've
Okay.
had a few of those. It's some friends that I've come across going to get married, all done, find out only in it for the money, and she's like
Yeah.
with somebody else.
Yeah.
So, and guys, bless them, when
Yeah.
they're in it 100%,
That's true.
but they don't spot the signs
That's
either.
true.
And
That's
then
true.
they have heart. I mean, women aren't the only ones who get their hearts broken. Men do
Right.
too. My brother did many, many, many years ago.
Right.
And I have a lot of men friends, and I see them go through this. It's
Yeah.
not just us women. And I think out of the species, both the species, women actually are the stronger one, because they can
Correct.
deal with it, get on with it, and move on. Men
Totally.
will hold it
Yeah.
and then go out and just behave very badly if they want,
Correct. Correct.
and because they are still hurting.
Yeah,
So to
because
deal with that and not just,
right? Because then their only way is to kind of get out and either, blast that energy in work, in
yeah,
sport, in
go out with their
alcohol,
friends and picking up
planes,
the wrong women.
instead of really going inward and trying to figure out the real
Mm.
issue. That's amazing. I don't think our viewers have questions today, guys. It's amazing how many of you have tuned in today, and love you all for being here. But we're doing a session on Tuesday for the men. It's all about women and attracting the right kind of women. The women on our channel, please, you're more than welcome to come and give your inputs to us, give us your ideas, give us your tips, give us your opinions. We'll share
Yes,
that.
please do.
And, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And thank you so much, darling, for being here. You know
Thank
how much
you.
I love, and it's
Love
been
you too.
so glad that all our living room chats have finally translated to something more meaningful and constructive for our
Yeah.
viewers. Have done this. God bless her soul. She has been feeding me the most amazing food. She's an incredible cook. Uh, no, and she kind of accumulates all the strays and then she gets them home and then she feeds them and looks after them and pampers them. And what a darling, lovely person she is. And we've been having these conversations, and I've been wanting to do this chat with her for the longest time, because it's really also been about sharing all our experiences with you guys. So thank you so much, darling. Thank you so much for doing this, and I will see you now next Tuesday. Same time, same chat. Guys, please spread the word around. Thank you so much. And in the meantime, I'm available for live coaching sessions. Oh, you can't hear me? I don't know what's gone wrong. Should we just all just close? Thank you. Should we just close?
Going on and off. It's okay, I'm
Probably
back.
yours, darling.
Yeah.
Great network. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I'll see
I'll
you
see
soon.
you.
Thank you for
Bye,
tuning in.
everybody, and thanks for, thanks for
Yeah.
supporting, Anshul.
Thank you. And see you guys next Tuesday. Don't miss that one. It'll be very interesting. And in the meanwhile, I'm available for personal sessions if anyone wants to do your.
Okay,
See
bye,
you
darling.
later.
Bye, bye.